Hello and welcome back to my channel, Jody Lewis Creations. Thank you for joining me today. What I have here is a bucket of fall stuff. So last year I made myself a fall journal and I still have some room in it. So I actually don't think I'm going to make myself a new one this year. Having said that, I have bits and pieces and parts in here of fall themed items. So here's what I'm going to challenge myself to do. Okay, I have these two paper bags, and what I have done is just kind of folded them in such a way that I think they'll make a cute little journal. So this one measures about 7.5 by about 4 3/4. So if I did like 7 1/4 by 4.5 pages, or you know, whatever, I can trim it down and even maybe just do a 4 by 6. This can be either an inside pocket or flap, or I may just cut it off. I don't know. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna work on these. I'm going to start getting 2 little fall journals made. I was gonna try to do a Halloween one. I don't know that I can get a Halloween one done in time to get listed for Halloween. So this is what I'm gonna work on, and this is what I'm gonna get started. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do is I just have some beautiful fabrics, or in my opinion, they're beautiful. I guess it's a matter of opinion, you know, that I'm just going to cover these with, cover the paper with, at least one of them. I may just ink and collage and dye the other one. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet, but this is just the intro to this. I'm gonna get started and we're gonna see where this ends up. So thank you for joining me. I hope you'll stay with me on this journey and see what we can come up with. I'll be back. So I kind of changed gears a little bit. I found where I had bought a couple of Artymaze kits, some Mrs. Cog pieces, Shabbydabbydoodah kit last year, and I had some bits and pieces left, and I thought, you know what, it's nice outside. I'm gonna go outside. I'm gonna dye guest check, some index cards, some music paper. I've got some paper in here, and I've got various colors of ink to use. I've got ground espresso, fired brick, crackling campfire, forest moss, dried marigold, scattered straw, fossilized amber, and I think these are going to really pull the colors out of the kit and give us some pieces to back tags with, to just embellish pages with, collage with, whatever. So I'm going to take this outside. I've got my water bottle, I've got my heat gun, and I'm going to go outside and dye some paper. Okay, so it is truly a couple days later because I did this dyeing on this weekend, whatever day, Saturday I think, and this is Monday, so my apologies. I've not been able to be in my craft room, in the studio, and work on any of this, so I'm just kind of getting back to it today. Life is throwing me some curveballs right now, but that's okay. So this is just my paper towel that I used for mopping up ink when I was cleaning off my Dollar Tree cutting mat, which is what I was squishing my ink on and spraying water. So I've got some crazy patterns here, and that's okay. One thing I did find is that the dried marigold and the scattered straw were too light in the end. Like, they were really pale, and was great for like a watercolor effect, but not really the colors that I wanted. Although now that they're dry like this, I'm like, So I did 4 envelopes. I tried to just kind of figure 2 pieces per little journal for however I end up using them. And some are softer in color, obviously, and some are a little more harsh. So we'll just see what speaks to me when I'm doing it. These graph index cards, I did 6, I think. I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, I did 8. So those will make nice little backings for cards or whatever. And the guest checks, I believe I did 4. I don't know what that tape is to. Oh, I do. I've got some packages. I need to go to the post office. I just haven't gotten there. Okay. So the guest checks, I really like how they came out. I think they came out really fun. I was trying to stay away from the brown a little bit because I realized I did grab the ground espresso, and for dyeing I think Vintage Photo would have been a softer color, but I'll still make it work. So just this sheet I only did the one color on. To be honest, I got tired of dyeing paper, so I actually didn't dye as much as I had planned to, but I think in the end I'll still have plenty of paper considering the size of these journals. And I changed gears and changed my mind on what I wanted to do with them, which I will go over now with you. Obviously, you're going to be on the journey with me, so you're going to see what I'm going to do anyway, but show you what I did. Set these aside for right now. So, you know, I showed you the bucket of the fall stuff that I had, and then I realized, I really enjoyed working with these kits. These are both Artymaze kits. What I did was actually shrunk them down. So some, like this one didn't print very well. I do have an inkjet, not a laser printer, which I like for most things, but sometimes it doesn't do well. I was actually looking at new printers this week, but I'll just use what I have for now because what I want is really expensive. And so I'm just going to make do because I can buy a lot of ink for the price of the printer that I was looking at. So what I did was I fussy cut the elements, or some of the elements, and backed them onto paper here for that one. And one of these is Autumn Splendor. Oh goodness, and I wrote it down, but I don't remember what the name of the other one is. Now I'm gonna have to go back and look. They're both Artymaze kits. They're both her fall kits from last year. I don't have this year's fall kit. I don't remember what the other one was called, and I honestly don't know where I stuck the little piece of paper that I wrote it down on, so I could tell you. Anyway, it's not this year's kit. These are last year's kits. So anyway, so I did print, I cut them, or I shrunk them, printed them. I have them separated into kits. So then what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just start building. And I have not covered these with fabric because I'm on the fence if I want to collage and ink or paint or what I want to do. So I think I'm just going to build the guts first, or build the signatures. I shouldn't say guts. That sounds disgusting. I'm going to build the signatures. And I'm going to work on those pages and figure out how many pages I want, how thick I want them. Oh, here, look, when I move stuff. A Touch of Autumn is this fruit one, and Autumn Splendor is this one. Those are the two kits, and I printed the Halloween thing that I bought from her last year also, but I'm not there yet. And that one's probably going to be my personal October journal because by the time I get it made and anything, it'll be too late to try to do anything with. So now that I've rambled and rambled and rambled, I'm going to pause this and then kind of get my thoughts gathered, and then I'm going to set a timer and just allow myself a set amount of time to work, see how far I can get, and then go from there. So I'll be back. Okay. Hello, it's Tuesday. I cannot seem to get this done or completed or focus or any of those sorts of things. So I went to just one kit at a time because for my brain it was too much to try to do both at the same time with the different colors and elements, and I really wanted to try to keep the kits separate, which is not something I've done. Normally I just would take parts out of it, but since I want to get two made and listed, this is where we are. And this is all I have left of the pieces. There's two small pockets, a postage stamp, these little flags, and I have a hard time with flags. These tiny little tabs, which, oh my gosh, they're so tedious for my hands to cut out. And I do have this coin, which I may find somewhere to stuff it while we're doing the flip through. So I have not done the cover yet because I didn't know what I wanted to do. And this ended up, I'm glad I didn't actually cut the width of the bag down because I actually think This is bulkier than I thought, so I think it's going to be fantastic. And it's got little dangles. Oh, I like it. Okay, I do have to figure out what I'm going to put on the front. But I have some amazing Mrs. Cog images, and I think I may do the front from a Mrs. Cog image. That's a fall themed. So anyway, we'll see. Okay, so this one is the A Touch of Autumn kit from Artymaze, and this is her last year's kit. Again, that's not this year's kit, okay? So the cover will be whatever I decide to make it. I just am not there yet. I wanted to get the inside done, see how I felt about it, and then if there is an element of this kit that I love, then I'll just go out and I'll just go back and print that piece also as an option. So this I made into, this tag is a pocket. So I have a little bit of these tickets here on the edge, and that's a tag back to some book page that I stamped to give it some texture. So the little ticket acts as a pull. And then I made another card here. This is packaging that I've stamped on with an image, and then just stenciled some lines on the back. So that's going to tuck in that secondary pocket here. Okay, so those just kind of peekaboo and stair step. This is a little pocket tuck here, and then I just made a little tab with some sari and some cheesecloth. Just a little cluster on the corner there. This is a vintage dictionary page that's folded into a pocket. So we have a tag on the back. It's snug going in there. This is one of the envelopes that I fussy cut and stamped on the inside for that white space. So that's some journaling space there. Card that's backed with some of that dyed graph index card that I did this weekend. Little journaling card. One of the little coins that is backed with some graph paper. And then this little guy, so cute. Just a little page here that tucks in. So I'll slide that in there. And then we're going to turn the page. This is a belly band that I just embellished with some tickets. There's a little journaling card, and then another journaling spot there. Oops, get that sideways or it's going to get lost in there. I stenciled some of the white space in the back. I stamped a butterfly here. Just wanted it subdued for decoration though, so that way it just kind of embellished that page a little bit. Another journaling spot here with some stenciling for the white space on the inside. Now this one is not a tuck the way the stamp on the other page is a tuck. This one. So just a little piece of cardstock that I punched out and cut to fit in there. This is not from Andrea's kit, but it's from a paper pad that I had gotten. The trees are about to show us how lovely it is to let the dead things go. And for me, that speaks to me right now, so I definitely wanted to include that. And then that's still kind of wet from the glue. This is a side tuck. Journaling card with some of that dyed paper on the back. Another little journaling spot. And I've got this leaf stamps that I stamped, and I stamped on the corners just to kind of decorate that center page. And then a Ralph Waldo Emerson quote stamped here. There's another tag, sorry. And then I put some dangles on this paper clip, some beads on there. That's just going to clip on there, if I can get the clip on there right. And then this pocket is a coffee dyed envelope that I cut to make a pocket. So I coffee dyed that. So this is a pocket with a little card in there and just a little embellishment here. This is it's a paper clip made from one of the coins. This is a upside down this little booklet that I made with some of the pages. And then on the back side here, I've clipped just a couple more journaling spaces. Another leaf stamp. These tiny little pockets have the little envelopes that I've stenciled on the inside. A little card I cut down to fit in this one. And then another one of the little envelopes. Oh, I have to stencil that one. So, or stamp it or do something. So let's do that real quick. Let's just take some scattered straw here. It's a little bit of a light color. And let's just get some stamping on there. Got to get these little tabbies folded out. Try not to get it too wet. This ink is new and it is really got, it's very wet. But I don't mind that. Not a bit. So let's get some of the smaller text in here. All right. Just give that a little bit of interest on the inside. I have a whole pile of stamps that I have to wash. Okay. Excuse me. Get my motor started is what my husband says. All right. Okay. So, hopefully that was not off screen the whole time. So I'm going to let that dry, and I'm just going to stick this in this page to put that back in there once it dries. And this is a little pocket here, and I've used that dyed paper, but I've stamped and stenciled in the back. I stamped a leaf on here. And then a little card. Did a little bit of feather stenciling here. And that's where we're at. And of course I have to do the inside still. I haven't done that yet. Get this dry. So hopefully you like it so far. I have to decide what I'm gonna do on the cover. I still not made the determination if I want to collage it and then ink and stamp on it, which I think would give me a lot of really great texture and interest. And I kind of like that idea, so I think I'm actually going to do that. I'm gonna go with some sheet music and just some text and just really give it some interest and background. So you know what, we'll do that in the next video. Why don't we plan to do that in the next video? And then that will get this one finished up, and we'll be able to have this one listed in the shop, and then we'll get started on the next one, get that one finished. And the lady with Pokey Little Puppy did bring me some stuff, so I'm really excited to get that started. So we'll get that going. As soon as we're done with these fall journals, we'll get the puppy journal going, and we'll go from there. So I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thank you for joining me. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.